Struggling to lose that stubborn belly fat? You could be eating the worst foods for your waistline without even knowing it. Over 40% of Americans carry dangerous visceral fat, and 5 everyday foods are to blame. Stay tuned to uncover these culprits, backed by science, and learn how to flatten your belly starting today. Hello everyone. Belly fat isn't just a cosmetic issue, it's a health crisis. Visceral fat, the kind that wraps around your organs, increases your risk of diabetes, heart disease, and even cancer. With 42% of U.S. adults classified as obese, according to a 2024 CDC report, and belly fat driving $150 billion in healthcare costs, it's time to take action. Today, we're exposing the 5 worst foods for belly fat, backed by cutting-edge research. We'll dive into why these foods pack on pounds, how they harm your health, and what to eat instead to slim your waistline. Whether you're grabbing takeout or cooking at home, these tips will fit your American lifestyle. Let's get started and say goodbye to belly fat. First up, sugary drinks, like sodas, energy drinks, sweetened coffees, and even healthy fruit juices with added sugar. These are belly fat's best friend. A 2023 study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that drinking just one sugary beverage daily increases visceral fat by 10% over 6 months. Why? These drinks are loaded with high fructose corn syrup, which the liver converts directly into fat, especially around your midsection. In the U.S., sugary drinks contribute 50% of added sugar intake, per a 2024 CDC report, with the average American consuming 17 teaspoons of added sugar daily, far above the recommended 6 to 9 teaspoons. A single 20-ounce soda can pack 65 grams of sugar, triggering insulin spikes that promote fat storage. A 2021 obesity study linked sugary drinks to a 20% higher risk of abdominal obesity, affecting 60 million Americans. Health risks. Visceral fat increases heart disease risk by 15%, per a 2023 circulation study. Insulin resistance raises type 2 diabetes risk, affecting 37 million Americans, per the CDC. Inflammation fuels chronic diseases, per a 2020 Journal of Nutrition study. Healthier alternatives. Swap sugary drinks for water, unsweetened herbal tea, or sparkling water with a splash of lemon. Try kombucha, low-sugar varieties, for a gut-friendly fizz, popular in U.S. health stores. A 2024 study showed that replacing one sugary drink with water daily reduces waist circumference by 1 inch in a year. Practical tip. Check labels for added sugars. Even natural juices can hide 20 grams per serving. Available at every U.S. supermarket, water is free, and a reusable bottle saves money. Next, processed meats like bacon, hot dogs, sausages, and deli meats. These American staples are packed with saturated fats, sodium, and preservatives that pile on belly fat. A 2023 Nature Medicine study found that eating 50 grams of processed meat daily, about 2 slices of bacon, increases visceral fat by 12% over 5 years. The high saturated fat content promotes fat storage, while nitrates and nitrites trigger inflammation, per a 2021 gastroenterology study. Processed meats are a dietary norm in the U.S., with 60% of adults eating them weekly, per a 2024 USDA report. They're calorie-dense. A single hot dog has 150 to 200 calories, and low in nutrients, leading to overeating and fat gain. A 2020 obesity review study linked processed meats to a 15% higher risk of abdominal obesity. Health risks. Heart disease. Saturated fats raise LDL cholesterol, affecting 48% of Americans, per the CDC. Inflammation increases belly fat storage, per a 2023 Journal of Clinical Endocrinology. Cancer risk linked to colorectal cancer with 150,000 U.S. cases annually, per a 2021 The Lancet study. Healthier alternatives. Choose lean proteins like grilled chicken, turkey, or fish, e.g., salmon, rich in omega-3s. Try plant-based proteins like lentils or tofu, which a 2024 study showed reduce visceral fat by 10%. Swap bacon for turkey bacon or a veggie patty for a gut-friendly American breakfast. Practical tip. Look for no nitrates or low sodium labels. Lean proteins are affordable at stores like Aldi, costing $3.5 per pound. Third on the list, refined grains like white bread, bagels, white rice, and sugary cereals. These foods are stripped of fiber and nutrients, causing rapid blood sugar spikes that drive belly fat. A 2023 Journal of Nutrition study found that diets high in refined grains increase visceral fat by 18% compared to whole grains. In the U.S., 60% of adults consume refined grains daily, per a 2024 USDA report. Refined grains have a high glycemic index, leading to insulin surges that signal the body to store fat, especially in the abdomen. A 2021 obesity study showed that replacing refined grains with whole grains reduces waist circumference by 2 inches in 12 weeks. Sugary cereals, a breakfast staple for 90% of U.S. households, pack 10 to 15 grams of sugar per serving, worsening fat gain. Health risks. Insulin resistance increases diabetes risk, affecting 88% of Americans with prediabetes, per the CDC. Inflammation promotes fat storage, per a 2020 Nutrition Reviews study. Low satiety leads to overeating, driving obesity rates. Healthier alternatives. Switch to whole grains like oats, quinoa, or brown rice, which a 2024 study showed cut visceral fat by 15%. Try whole grain bread or oatmeal for breakfast, popular in American cafes. Make a quinoa salad with veggies for a nutrient-packed lunch. Practical tip: check for whole grain as the first ingredient. Whole grains cost $2 per pound at stores like Kroger. Fourth, trans fats, found in margarine, packaged pastries, and fried fast foods like donuts and fries. These artificial fats are a belly fat disaster. A 2023 American Journal of Public Health study found that trans fats increase visceral fat by 20% more than other fats due to their inflammatory properties. Though partially banned in the U.S., trans fats still lurk in processed foods, with 70% of fast food items containing trace amounts, per a 2024 FDA report. Trans fats disrupt metabolism, promoting fat storage and insulin resistance. A 2021 circulation study linked trans fat consumption to a 25% higher risk of abdominal obesity. Fast food, consumed by 50% of Americans weekly, per a 2024 USDA report, is a major source, with items like fries delivering 2 to 5 grams of trans fats per serving. Health risks. Heart disease raises LDL cholesterol, affecting 48% of U.S. adults, per the CDC. Inflammation drives visceral fat accumulation, per a 2020 Journal of Lipid Research study. Diabetes increases risk by 15%, per a 2023 Diabetes Care study. Healthier alternatives. Use healthy fats like olive oil or avocado, which reduce inflammation, per a 2024 nutrient study. Bake or grill instead of frying. Try oven-baked sweet potato fries. Snack on avocado toast or nuts, trendy in U.S. eateries. Practical tip: avoid foods listing partially hydrogenated oils. Olive oil costs $5.8 per bottle at U.S. stores. Finally, high-sodium snacks like chips, pretzels, and instant noodles. These salty treats cause water retention, bloating your belly, and promote fat storage. A 2023 hypertension study found that high sodium intake increases visceral fat by 10% by disrupting metabolism. The average American consumes 3,400 milligrams of sodium daily, 50% above the recommended 2,300 milligrams, per a 2024 CDC report. High sodium raises cortisol levels, a stress hormone that drives belly fat, per a 2021 Journal of Clinical Endocrinology study. Salty snacks, a $30 billion industry in the U.S., are low in nutrients, leading to overeating and weight gain. Health risks. Water retention causes bloating, mimicking fat gain. Hypertension affects 45% of Americans, per the CDC, worsening fat storage. Hunger, low-nutrient snacks increase cravings, per a 2020 appetite study. Healthier alternatives. Snack on unsalted nuts or air-popped popcorn, which a 2024 study showed reduces bloating by 15%. Try sliced veggies with hummus, a popular U.S. snack. Season with herbs like rosemary instead of salt for flavor. Practical tip: aim for snacks under 150 milligrams sodium per serving, available at stores like Target. Let's build a belly fat fighting plan. Replace these foods with a nutrient-dense diet: water instead of soda, grilled chicken instead of bacon, whole grains instead of white bread, olive oil instead of margarine, and veggies instead of chips. A sample meal: grilled salmon with quinoa and a side of steamed broccoli, under 500 calories and belly-friendly.
Practical tips.
Shop smart. Buy whole foods at stores like Aldi. $20.30 covers a week's meals. Read labels. Avoid added sugars, trans fats, and high sodium. Look for whole grain or no added sugar. Meal prep. Batch cook lean proteins and grains for quick meals, saving time for busy Americans. Exercise. Add 30 minutes of walking daily, which a 2024 study showed cuts visceral fat by 12%. Consult experts. Work with a dietitian for personalized plans. Visit nutrition.org for resources. A 2023 study showed that cutting these foods reduces waist circumference by 3 inches in 6 months. Imagine a slimmer waist, better energy, and lower disease risk. That's the power of ditching these foods. Take our 30-day belly fat challenge. Cut out sugary drinks, processed meats, refined grains, trans fats, and high-sodium snacks. Share your progress at nutrition.org and inspire others. With 42% of Americans battling obesity, your choices matter. Talk to your doctor about weight loss plans, and let's shrink belly fat across America. That's it for our deep dive into the 5 worst foods for belly fat. Subscribe for more science-backed health tips and comment below. Which food are you cutting first? Let's keep the conversation going and build a healthier America. See you next time.